There are many things in Buddhism. Aryas, some being who has achieved the direct perception of emptiness. Hell beings, a being in a hell. A hungry ghost realm, a place where beings, then they go to rivers with pus and blood and they can't eat nicely. Then that type of not like human realm. There are many things that are discussed in Buddhism that you can't see. Then predominantly back then people were like, if we can't see them, then it can't be real. And I often say, then if that's the case, do you listen to the radio? And some may say, yeah, or do you watch the TV? Then do you see those waves? No, I don't see. Well, how do you know that they're there? You know, by that rationale, just because you can't see something does not mean that it cannot exist. That's not a proper proof for that that logic way of thinking. Then that doesn't work. Then, Ken Rinpoche brought up the subject of flower. There's some flowers over there. Then a flower comes from a seed. You cannot see the seed. When a flower has sprouted up, the seed is all used up. It's a cause for the flower. Then, but you can think that flower must have come from seed. Past lives. Past lives are cause for this life, only on a much subtler level. Then it's not like flower and seed, which you can see nicely growing in a greenhouse. You can see that you plant the seed and make all the causes and conditions. Then you get flower and the seed is gone. The cause is extinguished. And the result of it is the flower. But this life, generated by previous life, that is a very subtle object. And it's very difficult to figure out. Not as easy as planting a flower. Then one way that you can think about this is you can rely on scriptural authority. Then from the speech of Shakyamuni Buddha, then he said many times, every being has been countless times, or hundreds of times, your mother. Hundreds or thousands in scripture is often meant numberless times. Then Shakyamuni Buddha said it right from his own mouth, that beings have been your mother. All beings. Then Shakyamuni Buddha destroyed. Tathagata means conquered. Conquered what? He has destroyed all the nyongdrips and shedrips, mental affliction obstacles, and obstacles to omniscience. Then he has destroyed all the bad qualities that you and I now have. Then after the Buddha achieved this status, this stage, then there's no reason to lie at that point. Well, if a Buddha has achieved this great omniscient state, then there's no reason to lie about such things. Unbelievable holy beings, then there's no reason for them to lie about these things. So that's one way of thinking about this, that the Buddha said it. Why would he lie? Scriptural authority way. Then Dharmakirti logic way, only one proof. Then Dharmakirti says, then this body that you got here in this life, that is form. And that form comes from your mommy and daddy. Then a part of your mommy and daddy's body made your form, a certain type of stuff. Then your mind, that some people believe that my mind comes from my mommy and daddy. And then Master Dharmakirti said, but then you see all the time very bright, smart parents have very dull children. Then why is that? If the parents are bright, then logically, then they should make bright children. If the parents are pretty, then they should make pretty kids. That's not a good, real argument. But the point is here, the mind does not have form. It is a formless phenomenon. Mind, formless phenomenon. Body, form phenomenon. Then mind is caused by mind, has its own unique causes. Main cause is mind, previous moment of mind, consciousness, often translated here, consciousness. Then mind, consciousness, cannot turn into form. Form cannot turn into formless, cannot be like that. A form cannot be a direct cause for a formless phenomenon. Then a formless phenomenon cannot be a direct cause, a main or unique cause for a form. Then you have to think about that one. That's not an easy one to contemplate. But the main point here is that at conception, at the moment where the baby gets the mind, the baby gets the body, and the mind, then where did that mind come from? That Master Dharmakirti says that mind comes from a previous moment of mind. Then who is the owner of that previous moment of mind? Then that's your past person, past life. In the belief in the Tibetans, the Pardo. That's the intermediate state. Then if you have that, if you have a previous life, then you just have to prove one previous life. Then you prove one previous moment of mind that comes from a person from a previous life. Then you have countless lives. Then they never end. Like Shakyamuni Buddha said, countless past lives. There's no beginning, no end. Flower, seed. Then what came before seed? Flower and seed and flower and seed. Then it goes back unendingly. There's no beginningless cause, no first cause. Shakyamuni Buddha said like that. Shakyamuni Buddha said like that. So if you have past lives, then you have future lives. You just, the same logic, only next mind. So that's the basic and only proof for past and future lives. From Master Dharmakirti, 7th century Pandit Pramanavartaka. The point here, if your previous lives are beginningless, if that mind before conception comes from a person and another person, another life, beginningless, then your lives are numberless. And that means every other being around you has been your mother in some way, countless times. That's the point here. The foundation for this first step for achieving bodhicitta is that everybody around you has been your mother countless times. Then how could you treat them badly? You must cherish them. Then you see your mother, maybe you meditate on her, you see your mother, and what comes up in your mind? Amazing happiness. You don't need to be introduced cordially and told about the virtues of your mother. Then you know your mother, you see your mother, and immediately love comes to your mind. If you've had a good mother, or any person that's taken care of you in your life, then that's the kind of mind that they're talking about here. It's an immediate recognition. You don't need to be told to love your mother.